Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful week so far. It's Friday, and I tell you, you know, we're all excited about being here on this Friday. We are Michelle and I are in Dallas, Texas, and it is raining here. It's raining, and the weather is not doing so well at this moment, but that's okay. Now we inside the rain after coming off a wonderful, wonderful vacation and just settling back into Dallas. And I'm getting ready to hit the road again next Saturday, heading back to California. So just want to welcome everybody in, wherever you're watching the show, whether you're watching on E360 TV, whether you're watching it on YouTube, or with StreamYard, or over 25 other live streaming platforms. If you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just to go to the comments, wherever you're watching it at. And we got an absolutely fantastic guest I'm going to talk to you about in a few minutes that will be able to answer any questions that you might have. And Michelle, how you doing today? How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm doing great, doing great. We just came off an amazing cruise, and we're just so relaxed right now, and we're just really excited about the show today. It's a very important topic, especially for women, but it's also an important topic for men also, so they can gain an understanding of what's going on. So we're really excited about our guest today.
I am really interested in this topic, and so I can try to understand a woman point of view on a lot of things that us guys do not experience. But I guess Michelle, I guess we do experience those things because when you're married, your significant others or however that is, whatever things that they're going through, we are going through it as well from a different perspective. So, Michelle, I want to get started. I want to talk about this great topic. I want to get this guest on, and I just like I told our listeners and our viewers, if you want to be part of this conversation or this topic, please just go to whatever mechanism you're watching this show on and ask this young lady any question. Michelle, can you please introduce the topic of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Yes, the title of today's show is Tips for Relieving Menopause Symptoms Naturally. And the purpose of the show is getting to know registered nurse, health and wellness educator Naomie Delva, and really talk about exactly what is menopause. I mean, people know, they've heard the word, they think they kind of know what it is, but it's so much more than what we have heard from others. So we're going to talk about exactly what menopause is. We're going to discuss ways to reduce or diminish mood swings and other symptoms by making proactive lifestyle changes due to menopause symptoms, and discuss how men can be supportive or better supportive during the female's experience with menopause. So let's talk a little bit about our guest today, Naomi Delva. Naomi Delva is a health and wellness educator with Biom Pharmaceuticals, a graduate registered nurse who also holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Spelman College. Naomi, who most people know as Naomi the beauty nurse, has been into beauty for over 10 years. Nursing school allowed her to be able to bridge the gap between beauty and health and wellness. Her mission is to make sure that women understand that beauty is something that starts within, and that being the best version of themselves intellectually, emotionally, physically, and spiritually is directly linked to beauty and wellness. Naomi has decades of experience in sales. She has worked with people like Jamie Foxx and Michelle Obama, and has worked with companies like Target, Visa, and Market America, Miami-Dade, Motives Cosmetics, just to name a few, and has now embarked on a journey that allows her to help inform and educate audience on the latest self-care innovations for women, which can lead to healthier, happier, and long lives. The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, welcomes registered nurse Naomi Delva to the show.
Hey, welcome to the show, Naomi. How are you doing today? How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, absolutely. We can hear you loud and clear, loud and clear.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy Friday.
Oh yeah.
And I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing just fine. I think you in the Atlanta, GA, or somewhere
Hmm.
in that
Yes.
area.
And
How 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 is it there right now?
Oh,
Is
today is actually sunny, so you know it's officially fall. So now I'm starting to see the trees change colors, and it's a little cold, so I couldn't go for my morning walk this morning. I felt like it was too cold, a little too cold. But the weather is really nice.
Oh, that's great, Carl. So, I'm originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Michelle and I are in Atlanta all the time. I come there to
Really?
do a lot of my shows there, primarily at the State Farm Arena and other places there. So we're in Atlanta quite often, So it's an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and I know that our listeners and our viewers are want to delve off into this topic. But first of all, I think they might want to know a little bit about you, where you grew up, or who were your role models, and what led you to being the person that you are today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that question. So my name is Naomie Delva. A lot of people may know me as Naomi the beauty nurse, just because beauty is my thing, but I also have a degree in nursing. And that degree in nursing has allowed me to be able to exactly that, bridge the gap between health and beauty and really merge them together and bringing those information to women and men and making those information simple for everybody to understand, because health could be a little complex, and sometimes even me as a nurse, I can't even pronounce the words and antibiotics and things like that. So
Also, kind of lost the volume for a second or so. I hope that our viewers and our listeners can hear me. So and Michelle, hello.
Mute.
Need to come off mute. I think she's on mute right now.
You're on
She,
mute.
yes, she's on mute, and
hear me?
I can hear you
I
now.
think you
Okay,
was on
please
mute, Cap.
inform me if my mic may go off. So I was born and raised in Miami. I left Miami when I went off to undergrad. I went to Spelman College, and there I was able to get a degree in political science. I love doing political science, but I always felt like God wanted me to do more, that I had more purpose, that I wanted to serve people more. And I think after undergrad, that's when I really got an understanding of like, wow, like people are sick. People don't understand their bodies. They don't understand everything that has to do with their bodies. And even us as women, we love beauty. We want the hair, we want the makeup, we want the clothes, we want everything, but we don't understand how those things may impact us health wise. They may not impact us today, they may make us look good today, but tomorrow may have a severe impact. And so being able to go back to school and to get an associate's degree in nursing helped me to really be able to understand how beauty can affect us. And
So
here I am today. Go for it.
who or what was it one person inspired you to become a registered nurse, or was that something that you always wanted to do as long along your path, as also combining both for the products that you're doing right now? So was there one person that inspired you to do that?
So honestly, I never ever thought I was going to be a nurse. Ever. I never even considered it. Even though my mom has been a nurse my whole entire life, I never ever considered it. Ever. Like this was something that I never thought I was going to do. Initially, nursing school is one of those things. I personally feel like a lot of people that I come in contact with, I do believe that I have an aura about me that can be healing. And I think that the idea of nursing school was introduced to me a few times, but I just had my mind, I'm going to law school. I'm going to be an attorney. That's what I'm going to do. But it was post undergrad where I got into beauty. That for me, nursing was an opportunity for me to not only impact people, but for me to also pursue my goals of being into beauty. And it kind of was like this mistake. And as I started, as I was completing my program, my grandmother ended up getting really sick. And she had 6 strokes. She had 6 strokes. And there I was like, whoa, wow, this is different. And our communities, we face people who get sick every day. And sometimes it seems like something far, but when it hits home, it becomes like your grandmother or your parents or your immediate family who you got to care for. It gives you another appreciation for life. It gives you another appreciation for health. It makes you really start to think of so many different aspects of life. It makes you think of health. It makes you think of relationship. It makes you think of life. It makes you think of time. It makes you think of finances. It makes you think of all of those things. And so through that experience of my grandmother having 6 strokes and me being her primary caregiver, as well as me completing my program, there I learned, wow, like I actually like this and I love this. And I can really use this as an opportunity to help people to understand what's the basics in health and how can we help people to understand this concept of health that can be hard, that can be scary. How do we simplify it to make everyday people love it?
Wow, that's amazing. So, Naomi, as a registered nurse, what are the challenges that you see in your role and what are the rewards?
Okay, so right now I'm a GRN, and I have the opportunity to work directly with Biom Pharmaceuticals. So I get to have some input in the different kinds of products that we create to help people. My favorite part about that is it's almost like this penny, like the head and the tail. I don't work directly bedside, but I think there is it is so empowering to be able to work in the space where, in the pharmaceutical world, in the space where you can literally create healthy products that help people. So here at Biom Pharmaceutical, the products that we create focus on the micro gut, the microbiome, which is basically gut health. And so our thing at Biom is that everything starts with the gut. Health starts with the gut. And so the cool part about my role is I get to not only assist in creating all vegan products, paraben-free products, all natural products that are created for minorities. I get to be a part of that process, but I also get to be a part of the marketing process, really helping people to understand the importance of having vegan products, of having products that were created for us with our insights inside of it, that were created to help really give us good alternatives when it comes to health. And so I think that that's so just rewarding to be a part of that, honestly.
Wow. That is absolutely fantastic. When we get back, we're going to take a station break right now.
Okay.
But when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about combining beauty and talk about Naomi, the beauty nurse, and how all of these other things are related to the nursing. And I'll tell you, listening audience or viewers out there, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments. Put in the comments, ask this young lady any questions that you want to, and I tell you, I'll make sure that it's get up and she get the questions and she can answer your question. We'll be back shortly after the break. Remember, it's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show with Your Life. We got our fantastic guest, Naomi, the beauty nurse, sharing with us about her nursing experiences. And also, we're going to delve deeper and find out how both the nursing and the beauty of this combine and work, because what Naomi, what you had said was that a woman need to feel not just good on the outside, but good on the inside, and just feel just wonderful about themselves. So, and that's I believe that increases self-confidence and other things. So we're gonna delve off into that. So if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments portion, ask her any questions that you want to, and we'll make sure that that she answers your question. So Naomi, my question to you is: you've been into beauty for the last 10 years and also nursing as well,
Yes.
which you are known as the beauty nurse. Can you
Yes.
tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about that and just explain that to them?
Yes. So prior to even diving into the world of health, I was in the beauty world, and I still am. But in the beauty, I think even as a black woman, beauty is something that even if we wanted even if we didn't want to be a part of beauty, you're kind of like shoved into beauty. So your hair have to be good. You perhaps learn a skincare routine, or you learn makeup. These are all things that you learn how to relax your hair, or you learn the process of having to go get your hair relaxed, or having to get your hair retwisted, or having to get it just. Beauty becomes a part of like your regimen, your life regimen, especially as a black woman. It becomes one of these things where it's about like looking appropriate and being appropriate. And so initially that was how I got into beauty. It was just making sure I look good for church, or making sure I'm appropriate for school. I got to get my hair done for school. Those kinds of things that becomes a part of our routine where we didn't even see it. And there I really was like, okay, so now when I got into undergrad, I went to Spelman, and Spelman is an all women's institution, and the women, they were beautiful. They were they were amazing. They looked good. They looked great. And it was so amazing to be a part of an institution where the women were not only beautiful, they were encouraging, and they were smart. I never seen that a day in my life. So it was amazing, and it was inspiring. But one of the things that I realized when I got to undergrad was beauty is expensive. Beauty costs a lot of money. And that's where I started to really learn how to do beauty, but making it affordable, making sure we're not like breaking the bank, but making it affordable, being able to still get your nails done. But maybe you don't go to the nail salon and spend $100 or $200. Maybe you just get the $2 polish from Dollar Tree and you polish it yourself, but properly going through the process. So I think initially beauty was one of those things you were kind of forced into as a woman, just being appropriate every day. But I think I really gained a passion for it and a love for it when I had to figure out in college how to make it affordable.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, definitely beauty inside and out is definitely good, for women all around. But you know what? The title of the show is called Tips for Relieving Menopause Symptoms Naturally. Naomi, can you tell us, well, our audience, we know what menopause is, but do we really know what it is? Can you tell us what exactly is menopause?
So I love the topic of menopause because it is in fact a part of beauty. I think that we have taught ourselves that menopause is like this scary thing. but I actually think it's a beautiful thing. Menopause is a period of transition, I like to call it. It's a period of self-awareness and self-growth. It's a period of changing. It's a period of change. Menopause is a period that you go 12 consecutive months without actually having your cycle. This is a time where you transition from having a menstrual cycle every single month to not having a menstrual cycle for 12 months. Typically women who dive into menopause, typically women who get into menopause at that time, they are no longer able to have kids.
Wow. So when can women, I mean, is there a certain age when women start experiencing menopause symptoms or just going straight to menopause?
So ideally menopause symptoms typically between 50 and 52 on average, that women can start to face the different symptoms that are associated with menopause. But we know that all women are different. So you may also experience premenopause symptoms, or women may start to experience those symptoms before the age of 50. And then some a little bit after. It really all depends. Every woman is different, but on average, you'll get around the ages of 50 to 52 when most women are going through menopause or are starting to really experience the symptoms of menopause.
So what are the most common menopause symptoms? I mean, what we've heard, like, and we've seen TV shows, sitcoms, oh, hot flashes, but I am sure there's much more than that. So what are the most common symptoms of women going through menopause?
Yes, hot flashes are one of the most common symptoms that we know, but it's not the only symptoms. It's just like you said, it's not the only symptoms. Some of the things that you may face when you're going through menopause or you may experience is fatigue. You may be extremely tired. Fatigue is another one. You may be extremely tired. So you may find that you can't even go throughout your day without a nap. Napping may become another thing. Hair loss. Hair loss is one of the symptoms of menopause that may affect beauty, that a lot of women run to wigs because they start experiencing hair loss. Hair loss is a big one, and you can experience it in so many different kinds of ways, and clumps and different areas of the hair. So hair loss is one of the ones that women are very, 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 that they don't really like, but that can occur. So hair loss, fatigue, hot flashes, those are just some of the few of the symptoms.
Now, does every woman have the same symptoms? Because I've talking to maybe some of my older relatives, and they didn't experience any symptoms at all. I mean, they just stopped having their cycle, and that was it. And I know all our bodies are different, but is it true that every woman does not experience the same symptoms?
Yeah, it's very true. It's very, very true. All women, and that's just for every kind of period of time of health related things. We have basic symptoms that a lot of people may face when it comes to menopause, but not all women face those. Like another symptom that women usually another symptom that women usually face during menopause is they usually have vaginal dryness. And that's when it becomes a thing for the men to learn about it, because their body changes, their hormones changes. They may become a little more emotional because there are imbalances happening in your body. So you may be snapping a little more than usual, but it's not true. I promise you. It's just the imbalances within your body. And so I like earlier when you, Michelle, and Dr. James, you guys talked about the partners. When the partner have a good understanding of the different changes that occur during menopause, then they can better help to support you. Because if vaginal dryness is one of the changes, right, it may affect somebody in their intimate relationship. So then finding different alternatives that can assist with that.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely something that the men definitely need to know about, their partners who are experiencing going through menopause. So Naomi, why do these symptoms happen? I mean, okay, woman stops her menstrual cycle, and what is thinning hair, hair loss, hot flashes? Why does that occur when they stop their periods, let's say?
Yes. So it happens because changes are happening inside of your body. Your hormones within your body are changing. Some of them are depleting. Some of them are getting are some of them are growing. So all it is inside of your body, your cells, your hormones, they're changing. And so because they're changing, you may have different things like vaginal dryness. You may have different things like heat flashes. You may have different things like fatigue. You may have different things like you can't sleep. So it's only because there's an imbalance. The body is just changing. It's transitioning from being able to actually have a baby, being able to have a baby, bear a baby, to transitioning into another time period where you can't have kids. It's just the body changing.
Wow. So I'm just sitting back listening to you and Michelle, and it's fascinating. But I got this question. So, what is some of the craziest myth out there about menopause?
Vaginal dryness earlier, that you can't have sex during menopause.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
one
so
of the,
that's true or not true? Or I mean,
no, that's not true. You can still certainly engage in sexual activities during menopause. It's just that, for example, if one of the symptoms that you're having is vaginal dryness, you want to take the step so that you make it comfortable for both you and your partners. And that step may include including something that is natural during that time period. And so one of the products that we have that I absolutely love is we have this gel. It's an intimate gel, and it literally assists women who, when they're going through menopause and they're experiencing vaginal dryness down there. We have a gel, and the gel also has a ingredient inside of it that's called glutathione. Glutathione is a all natural, it's an ingredient it's already in our bodies. So what we did was, but as you get older, glutathione, the levels of glutathione goes down. So what we did was we created an intimate gel that has glutathione inside of it. So it's an antioxidant that is found in our liver. And so that gel, it helps during that time so that it's not dry, it's not uncomfortable. That time where you have the intimate time between you and your partner, you guys can actually enjoy it, so that you're not enjoying that time because of the symptoms of menopause. So it's really just finding out the different symptoms and then finding products, all natural vegan products like we have, and incorporating them into that new period of life. Does that make sense?
yeah, but you mentioned we. So where were if somebody needed to get those type of gels or those products, what you mean by we?
Yes, so vagibiome.com, that's VAGIBIOM.com. Vagibiome, we are a brand under Biom Pharmaceuticals. And you can Google it too. We're also on Amazon. We're also in all of your local Walmart. And Vagibiome, we are a vaginal microbiome, the first vaginal microbiome brand where we focus on women specifically, and we focus on women of all ages. But what I love is we have specific products for women who are in menopause. Like we have the gel, the intimate gel that I talked about for women who, if they're in menopause, if they are in menopause and they're experiencing vaginal dryness, they can use that intimate gel. And the glutathione also helps to lighten up those areas, because sometimes those intimate areas can be a little dark. So it also assists in lightening that area in a natural way. And then we also have different suppositories. One of my favorite suppositories that I like to tell women who are in the time period of menopause is we have a suppository that has black cohosh.
I tell you what, hold that thought. We got to take a station break, but we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up with these products that you're talking about shortly after the break. And if you want to be part of this conversation with Naomi, please just go to the comment section, ask her any question you want to. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break. really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
You fight against. And if you want my opinion, I let it take me away. Only relief is the four on the floor and the crowd that goes, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, I kind of got off into the conversation that Michelle and Naomi was having, and I was just sitting back, just checking it out and learning. Because fellas, I tell you, I mean, we got to understand because especially when it comes to our mates and when it comes to our wives, and when it comes to women in general, if we lack understanding on some of the issues and concerns that might be out there, we can't help out. We're gonna be in the way. And I believe, and fellas, I believe the women gonna say, "Hey, you need to take a break. You need to go away for about 3 or 4 days or something like that." I don't know if those are the rules or not. I mean, but so I believe that if we understand, we can be of assistance and we can help ease of whatever things are going on during that time. So I want to pick it up there. If you want to be part of this conversation, and fellas, if you want to come in and help me out with what I just said, go to the comment section, ask these two ladies any questions that you want to, even if you want to just say hello and I'm listening. That's a good sign. So Naomi, I want to pick it back up because you were telling me about the products that you guys got out there, and we had to take that station break because we had to pay the bills. So I want to pick it up right there. So can you pick it up?
Absolutely. And Dr. James, I want that comment that you just made. I think it's so profound. I think it's so important. And I think it's so I want to highlight that comment that you just made because I love that comment. I think that's it. Really gaining understanding. Really, I think when you understand, when you take the steps to gain understanding when it comes to women, because women they're around, whether it's going to be your spouse, your mother, or just somebody. But when you take time to understand these different concepts, I certainly think as a woman, we appreciate it. And then it helps you as the spouse, the significant other, or the son, or the father to be able to assist us when we're going into those transitional periods like menopause. So I think it's so important that men that men understand that understanding is good, is really good. That's one way that you can help to support women who are going into menopause.
Naomi, what are some of the ways that women can keep their menopause symptoms under control?
Yes. Foods. Processed foods is one of them. Really eating like whole foods, going back to fruits, salads, staying away from processed foods. I think that is one of the ways. It's not I think that is one of the ways that you can help to alleviate the symptoms of menopause. Another thing is working out, going out, taking that walk, aerobics, Pilates, really moving that body. That also helps with alleviating those symptoms. Another thing is finding products that can help you when you're facing those symptoms. And I think that Dr. Coley asked about some of our products. We have certain products that were actually created for women who are going into menopause and who are in menopause. And one of my favorite products is we have a product for women who are in menopause. And what I like about the product is that it has black cohosh in it. Black cohosh is an all-natural herb that can help also assist with alleviating those different symptoms that you may face in menopause. And so it's always cool that when you have products that are all natural, that are vegan, products that can help you, that aren't going to have side effects. And I think that with women who are entering menopause, you want to consider other products, incorporating products like Biom products that are creating for you, by you, with you in mind. And I think that that's so important. That's believe it or not, that's important.
Well, most definitely. So what about women who, some doctors prescribe estrogen pills to help with the menopausal symptoms. Are they safe? Some women decide to take it, some don't. Sometimes it make the women gain weight. It really depends. Everyone's body is different. But in your opinion, and from research I guess you've read, is taking estrogen pills a wise option?
Okay, so for a lot of women, doctors do prescribe estrogen medications for them. And for a lot of women, estrogen medications, it actually assists, it does help. And there are women who it doesn't help. My personal opinion is to also, in addition to what you are being prescribed by doctors, to also do your own research and find all natural products that you can incorporate into your day-to-day routine. And another thing, I want to make sure that I add this point into the conversation. A lot of times women may face severe symptoms of menopause simply because their bodies are unbalanced. Their bodies are unbalanced in their gut. Their bodies are imbalanced maybe in their vaginal space. And so it's really important that we get that body back into balance, back into where if your body is in balance and something like menopause happens, then those symptoms, everything is going to be severe. Everything's just going to be extra in addition to what it was already going to be. But if you can get your body in a place of where it's balanced and is actually functioning how it's supposed to be functioning, then it's easier. So sometimes for a lot of women who are facing menopause and they're facing severe symptoms, it's just their vaginal microbiome is unbalanced. And the cool part about that is we also have a product that is our top product is probiotic, prebiotic suppositories. And so it's probiotic and prebiotic. So that's the good bacteria that you need in your body. And then the food for the good bacteria. And it's in a suppository. So it's placed right into that vaginal space. And then it melts to help to balance out the body. And that's something, honestly, that every single woman in the world should be incorporating probiotic and prebiotic into their everyday self-care regimen, because it makes your skin grow. It makes your skin glow. It makes your hair grow, your nails grow. It makes you look good. It makes you feel good. It makes you smell fresh because your body is balanced. But finding vegan, all natural products is even better. So incorporating things like our probiotic, prebiotic suppositories that we have for you is also a really, really good suggestion.
Wow, that's very interesting, Naomi. Naomi, let's talk about, women naturally entering menopause compared to women who unfortunately have to have, let's say, a full hysterectomy. So sometimes there's situations where women are forced to have a full hysterectomy,
Mhm.
and it takes them into instant
Yeah.
menopause, as opposed to a woman who's just naturally going into menopause.
Mhm.
Is there a difference in symptoms, or because I'm thinking a woman who's going through a full hysterectomy, her body's basically in shock,
Mhm.
and as opposed to a woman who's going through it naturally, she was already starting to get there. So what's the difference as far as menopausal symptoms or the way their body is responding?
Sometimes the woman who's actually gone through the procedure actually face less symptoms of menopause. Sometimes she doesn't face those symptoms at all. One of the symptoms that she may face that may be a bit extreme are the hot flashes. That's one of the ones that, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can
Okay.
hear you. Mhm.
It's the hot flashes. The hot flashes is sometimes the difference. But the big piece is every woman is different, because some women are at that age, they also face other things like hypertension. So they have high blood pressure, and some of them are also on a lot of other medications that may assist with the symptoms of menopause or make it worse. I think every woman is different based off of how she have decided to be intentional about her health, based off of the different things that she was diagnosed with, and then the medications, and then the things that she's eating. And really, it's what I like to tell women and encourage women is the sooner that you start being intentional about your health, instead of a burger, I'm gonna have a salad today. Not that I want to, but because I want to think about my health. When we start making those intentional decisions, then later on, when we go into our time period, our transitional period of menopause, it's a bit easier. And for the women who are, there are some women who they're still fabulous, they still look amazing, but you want to feel amazing as well. And so being intentional about using that transitional period, I call it self-care. Menopause is a time where it's about you. Take care of yourself. Be intentional about what you're eating, what you're putting inside your body. Work out and just make better decisions so that you can continue to feel good and continue to add value, really.
Wow. You know what? I did not know how this conversation was going to go. I mean, earlier. I mean, but I'm so happy that we're having this. And I'm going to take a station break, but I want to pick it up because there's so much valuable information that you're putting out there, Naomi. You're putting it out there. And our viewers and our listeners need to hear this. So I tell you, we're going to take a break, but we're going to come back out and you got another chance to ask this young lady any questions that you want to. And fellas, come on now. Come on, you got to help out. You got to help out too. So we're going to take a station break, but we'll be back with a lot more Naomi. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. I see you shortly. Hello. Hey, I'm James Cooley. I am the founder and CEO of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, Options, Opportunities, Lasting Choice Program. Our primary mission is to help build a foundation of our youth and young adults and communities. And we encourage everyone to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. And the way that you do that is, first of all, you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are here for a purpose. You also have to be able to step out your comfort zone and do things that you probably didn't think that you can do.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Come on.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I I love being a spectator. Just sitting back, just listening to all of these great things that these two great women are talking about, and being able to get my 2 cents in every now and then. But it's fascinating because I I think we all are learning a whole lot. And Naomi, I got to tell you that you well breast, well educated, and factual with the information that you're putting out. So I just want to thank you so much, and we're going to continue to share this information with our viewers and our listeners. And I want to pick it up with that. And Michelle, I'm gonna turn this back over to you. I
Yes.
want to pick it up and just continue to educate us.
Yes, thank you, James. Naomi, so what can men, and I know James has asked this before, I kind of went over it, but how can men be more supportive of their significant others when when women are going through menopause? I mean, I know you mentioned there are products that you're developing, to combat some of the symptoms, but what about um, the woman's desire to still be intimate, with her spouse or whoever.
Right.
Does that, I mean, does that suffer when women are going through menopause, besides the physical things she's going through, besides the hot flashes, besides the vaginal dryness? What about the emotional things she may be challenged with, as far as a desire to to continue with intimate relations? What are your thoughts on that? And does your do you have a product for that or something?
I think I get your question. I think I get it. I think that the desire that women have to be intimate during that time, it varies. Some women, the desire, you're not going to have that desire because your body is changing. And for some women who have the symptoms of vaginal dryness, it's kind of hard to have that desire when it's dry down there. And so being intentional about things like resting. I think women, we don't understand the importance of resting, but resting is also something that can assist to alleviate those symptoms of menopause. And when you rest, you got to sleep. You have to sleep during this time, because sleeping during the time is going to help to restore your body. It's going to help to restore your cells, and it's going to help to kickstart that desire that you need if you don't have it. So sleep is important. So men, please encourage your significant other, your mom, your sister, whoever it is that's going to menopause, to sleep, because sleep is important and it assists. Because what's all that is happening, just to simplify, is your body is changing. Your body is simply saying, I was in a period of time where I could create a baby and I could hold a baby and I can have a baby. And now I'm leaving this time period where I can no longer have a baby, create a baby, we're living in an interesting time. Science is a cool thing that's continuing to grow. So there are women who can still participate using science to be able to bear a child. But the whole idea of menopause is that naturally your body is saying, I can no longer create a child, hold a child, and have a child. And that's why you no longer have your menstrual cycle. And so with your body changing, you have to rest. You have to sleep. So really getting your 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night helps to relieve those symptoms. That's another thing that helps. So for a guy, it would just be really encouraging her to sleep, really encouraging her to work out, go for a walk with her. Take her for a walk. We don't have to go to the gym for 15 hours, but a 30-minute walk certainly is going to assist, and it's going to help with those emotional imbalances. It's almost like the emotional imbalances that you face once a month. Now you're perhaps going to face them all the time.
Wow. So are there any support groups for women who are going through menopause? Are there any support groups out there?
Yes, you are in the right place. So here at Veggie Biome, we actually have not only a support group both on Facebook, but we also have an app. And it's for women, it's for all women, it's for women inside of menopause. And it's also for women who they have not yet gone into a menopause. And so for the women who are in menopause, it's a group for you to be able to see that there are other women just like you going through the same exact symptoms. And it's literally a support group. There are women just like you. There are women experiencing heat flashes. There are women who are not experiencing heat flashes. There are women who have fatigue and hair loss, and it's just a community of women. So we have an app. It's called the V app, VEEAPP, for women in menopause. It's there to help educate you, to provide you with good information, videos, support group, articles, blogs, chats. You can chat with other women who are also going through menopause. And for women who are not yet in menopause, it's an opportunity for you to be able to track things like your period, for you to be able to track things like your mood swings, things that we experience every single day as a woman. So I absolutely love the V app because it's literally for women. It's for women of all ages. And you can go into these different groups and be able to chat with women who are in the spaces that you're in.
Wow. So we're down to the last 2 minutes of the show. But one of the things that first of all, how can our audience or our viewers contact you? Because you are a wealth of knowledge, and if they need to reach out, contact you. Also talk to you about your products.
Yes.
Uh, uh, why don't you put it out there so that they would know it?
Thank you so much, Dr. James. Yes, if you guys would like to learn more about our products, please visit us at www.vagibiome.com, vaginal microbiome. We are the first company ever to create products for vaginal microbiome. We are also on Facebook. Go onto YouTube. We have a series that's coming out called Doc Talk with the Beauty Nurse. And the whole idea is that we're going to be interviewing different kinds of doctors and really helping to educate people, men and women, on health, talking to different doctors and asking questions that some of us may not have access to. And that platform is going to give us the opportunity to learn about ourselves, learn about the people around us, and essentially learn about health. And that's going to be on YouTube. On YouTube, we are Vagibiome. You can also Google us, Biom Pharmaceutical or Vagibiome, and all of our products are available at all Walmarts. You can also find our products on Amazon. But if you go onto our website, I'll give you 50% off. I'll give you 10% off, not 50, 10% off.
You said it. Oh, okay. So 30 seconds or less. What are three major takeaways that you want our viewers and our listeners to get from this great conversation with you?
From this great conversation, menopause is an amazing time. It's really a transitional period of time of self-care. Take care of you. This is a time for you to focus on you, take care of you. And the big part about taking care of you is finding things that work for you, going to sleep, eating healthy, and finding a products that were created for you that can assist you with all those different symptoms, and then finding that support group. It's available vagibiome.com. Dr. James and Michelle, thank you so much for allowing me to be able to come onto your platform. It has been amazing, and I really hope that women were educated and are inspired and join our group. So thank you so much.
Well, I tell you what, just want to thank you for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and just like I told you, I've been unfair. I did not know how this is going to turn out, but guess what? I would love to have you back on to talk a little bit more about this and your products, and Michelle will work that out. So thank you so much for taking time. I'd like to thank my great and wonderful executive producer and co-host Michelle Cooley that put together all of these great shows. And she does all the heavy lifting. I'm just hosting. I'd like to thank my listeners and viewers out there. Also, I'd like to thank the network E360 TV. Also, thank the new network. We just got picked up by another television network that's just going to debut next week. So E360, Transverse TV, and we got a couple of other networks that's coming on board. I tell you what, I want to leave everybody with always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. I want everybody to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. You can also catch the James Cooley Show this Sunday at 8 p.m. on KCBQ, AM 1170 The Answer, San Diego, FM 96.1 The Answer, San Diego. See you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. See you.